TikTok, and we are about to join our colleague on YouTube. So I'm very, very sorry for that disruption. And while you were viewing us, viewing me, some people were sending text messages that it was dark from their end, and we have to do everything for everybody to be able to have a fair and better appreciation. Thank you very much for your patience. Once again, I'm Gabriel Ishmael Jalo, and this is Out of the Box podcast. Please like, and I want to thank you for following the podcast. TikTok, thank you very much. YouTube, thank you very much. Facebook, thank you very much. We are now live. And sorry once again for that disruption. It was not deliberate. Sorry once again. Now we are going straight to the topic. But let me use this moment to thank you guys for being very, very, very responsive. The YouTube channel is gaining momentum. Subscription is tremendous. The views are very, very good. TikTok, thank you very much. Facebook, thank you very much. Once again, I'm very, very sorry for that initial disruption, but this time around we'll go to the end, to the last end. Once again, I'm Gabriel Ishmael Jalo, and we are coming to talk about a very, very important topic. This topic was actually triggered by a popular demand by my viewers that the two episodes that we presented on my podcast was incomplete according to their estimation. So they wanted us to delve deeper and come to an aggressive conclusion to know how do we find a remedy to this problem. Now, let me use this moment to thank SL blog on Facebook, SL blog on Facebook. Julius Magona was able to present the Sierra Leonean legend Patricia Kaba, and Patricia Kaba happened to be the best musician that the country ever produced. She has been in the United States for after she made Mac in Sierra Leone. She traveled to the United States for more than almost 3 decades. She's back, and young musician went to welcome her, and it was a very, very wonderful program. And Sierra Leoneans that are watching me, you will know that you will remember King Jimmy Bonga. There's a big hit for Sierra Leone in the late 60s and the 70s. So we want to ask the Sierra Leonean musician, the gospel ambassadors, and all those guys, try and go and pay homage to our legend, Patricia Kaba. Once again, I'm Gabriel Ishmael Jalo, and thank you for joining me. Today we'll be talking about the Coco Ros saga, and those who those who have been following that Coco Ros banter, they understand what we are talking about. But let me make my other followers know that is an issue that transpired within the Sierra Leonean political landscape. But as we go deep, you'll be able to understand. So my viewers, you guys called me, texted me, and told me that we should discuss who is to be blamed for the Coco Ros saga. Who should take the responsibility? Well, I'll respect your views. I will respect your assessment. I will respect your evaluation. I will respect all what you will have been presenting. But let me say something to you guys. The Coco Ros saga, the first entity that we have to blame is the Sierra Leone People's Party. The Sierra Leone People's Party must take the first part of the responsibility of the Coco Ros saga, because the First Lady of Sierra Leone and her husband, the SLPP party, was the vehicle that they use, the vehicle and the wings that they use to enter State House. Today, if Fatima is called a First Lady, it was because of the Sierra Leone People's Party, who elected her husband as the standard bearer. And you need to know, first of all, there are two political parties in Sierra Leone. They also have those two political parties in Ghana. They have them in America. Ghana, if you are an NDC member, an NPP member, and you are a potential member of parliament, you are a potential councillor, and you are a potential presidential material. So when you are elected as the standard bearer of the Sierra Leone People's Party, or the All People Congress, your one leg is in the State House. When you are elected as a standard bearer for the Democratic Party or the Republican Party in America, you are on your way to the White House. So that is why we want Fatima Bio. We want the SLPP party to know that the responsibility of the Coco Ros fiasco should be placed primarily at the corridors of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Yeah, Claudia Yando, thank you very much. She is the pride of my life, and thank you very much for viewing. The SLPP should know. Thanks very much for viewing on TikTok. Thanks very much for viewing on Facebook. Now, the Sierra Leone People's Party is the oldest political party in Sierra Leone. That party ushered us to independence. Why I'm about to blame the party squarely? Because the SLPP, the Sierra Leone People's Party, they are the ones that are making Fatima Bio to start telling the world that she's the best first lady in the world. She's the president of all the first ladies in Africa. All what you are hearing about Fatima Bio is because of the SLPP. Now, this SLPP, Honorable Emakoblo Gulama, will be shaking in her grave if the dead can see us, the living. Shali Bujama, who happened to be the first female cabinet minister in sub-Saharan Africa, that's her party. Emakoblo Gulama. Sorry, Emakoblo Gulama. Emakoblo Gulama is the first woman to be a cabinet minister in sub-Saharan Africa. That is her party that Fatima Bio is Coco-Rosing and desecrating in the eyes of Sierra Leonean and the international community. This SLPP, people lost their lives. Do you remember Brigadier Lansana? Brigadier Lansana initiated the first coup in Sierra Leone. Do you know why? It was because Brigadier Lansana never wanted for his SLPP to lose power. Do you remember a man called Sam Ingham Norman? Sam Ingham Norman died for the SLPP. Do you remember the thousands of Sierra Leonean youths that Sam Ingham Norman recruited? They took up arms primarily to defend the SLPP. Do you remember those fine brains like Shali Bujama that I mentioned, the former foreign minister? Do you remember Francis Mina? To be an opposition to Sheikh Stephen, to be an opposition to S.I. Kuruma, the man, his people call him Agba Shetani, the devil himself. People endured for the SLPP. So I am blaming the SLPP because the SLPP will have educated Fatima Bio for her to know that the party is bigger than everybody. The SLPP party, everybody. They will have let her know that she is a Latter-day Saint in the SLPP. They will have triggered the discipline action against Fatima Bio. They will have confronted Julius Maada Bio and let him know that it is SLPP palm tree symbol that sent him to the I always say White House, to the State House as an elected president. Maada Bio, when they turned over power 1996, please tell me, what is the relevance of his colleagues? Captain Strasser, Lieutenant Colonel Kambo, Lieutenant Colonel Monde, Captain Idris Kamara, Karifa Kagbo. You name them. We don't even Idris Kamara. It was recently that I saw Idris Kamara on the news. They are nowhere. Maada Bio won't have come closer to the door of the State House if it was not because of SLPP. So the SLPP will have confronted Julius Maada Bio and tell him that, Prezo, your wife is desecrating our tradition. He is destroying the foundation of the SLPP. The SLPP is an elitist party SLPP is an elitist party with people from the academia. Dr. Bubwake Jabi, Professor Septimus Kaikai, Dr. Julius Spencer. These are the SLPP people who they sat down. Fatima Bio single-handedly enveloped a political party and bragged that I will make you a secretary general. I will make you a national woman organizer. They sat there when Fatima Bio denied and deprived the SLPP women with their choice, Fatmata Sawane, just because she has an issue with Fatmata Sawane. She did not stop there. She was singing publicly. We saw her. SLPP did not talk. This is the SLPP of Dr. Prince Harding. You people fold your hands and allow Fatima to desecrate the party. It was a Nigerian elder that once said, he said, the danger of making a monster is that that monster will turn against you. So primarily those who asked me today, it will have been an APC program. We wanted to evaluate APC as an opposition party and Samura Kamara as an opposition leader from 2018. But I have to respond to the request, because you guys are asking me to give you my view about who is to be blamed for the Coco Ros saga. You see, one thing that is always destroying Sierra Leone's politics is sycophancy. We allow one man, as soon as the man is elected for State House, the man controls the whole political party. Let me tell you, people normally talk about America, Great Britain, Australia. These democracies are over 200 years. Ghana, where I came, where I sought refuge more than 20 years ago, I met President Kufuor, an NPP president. Those presidents, all of them were not bachelors. All of them has their wives. Kufuor's wife, I have never had that woman speaking self. Nado Mills, Professor Mills' wife, when those people attend political party gathering, they only sit near their husband, because the party has structure. The party has a chairman. The party has a second national chairman. The party has a secretary. The party has a PRO. So how can a first lady be engaging in party politics? When they go to party, she's the one that controls the mic. She's the speaker. I have never seen Rebecca Akufo-Addo. When people are talking about Fatima Bio's achievement, I said, hey, they are deceiving our people in Sierra Leone. Come to Ghana, go to Kolebu Hospital, go to Komfanochi Hospital, and see the structure that the first lady, the just departed, the gone first lady, the first lady whose husband just left power, Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Please, you that is watching me, go straight to Rebecca Akufo-Addo's Wikipedia and check her achievement and compare to that joke that Fatima Bio is doing in Sierra Leone. Hold the people don't hear. Go to Liberia. George Weah's wife. George Weah's wife comes from the country, Claudia's country, Jamaica. A Jamaican woman occupied the office of the First Lady of Liberia. If you go to Liberia is just neighboring Sierra Leone. When you go to Liberia, ask them when last they had that woman talking on radio or dancing on TikTok, or that woman is all over the place. Whenever you see that woman engaging people for either when her husband was the president or the CDC party, CDC has a structure. Please, I want you to Google Clara Foundation and find out her achievement and compare it to Fatima Bio, who they are fooling you in Sierra Leone that she is the best first lady in Africa. Let me tell you, foundations, all first ladies, all first lady, all of them, as soon as their husband occupy the White House, they will constitute a foundation That's what they do to attract humanity, the needy. All of them, they will establish a foundation. All the first ladies. Me that is sitting down here, a nobody. I have a foundation. Madam Claudia Angeline. Do you know how many people they have school in Ghana? We'll be going to trauma hospital to donate to the needy. We don't cause noise. That money was not taken. That money was not taken from. That money was not taken from the state coffers. No. That money was not taken from state coffers. Those first lady, they raise their own money. They have project. They raise their own money. So please, Fatima Bio, her problem is squarely the blame should be placed straight at the headquarters of the SLPP. The SLPP grey heads, because this is not even an SLPP, this is PAOPA. That is why. Because we just read the profile of the venerable former First Lady Patricia Kaba. When she wanted to start some project, the SLPP, not the PAOPA, the SLPP met Alhaji Chijan Kaba and said, no, we want the office of the First Lady to remain a symbolic office, not to engage in executive administrative ventures. Nobody elected her, but everybody sat down. When she was insulting the APC, you sat down. When she was telling Sierra Leonean men she will use their manhood for barbecue, you sat down. When she was telling your political party thugs that APC should not campaign in SLPP stronghold, you sat down. You are building a monster. She grew wings. And now you want to broke those wings. you are trying to na salon man, they say una dey try for boboam, una want titiam. It don't late. Fatima Bio don't grow wing. Fatima Bio no get respect for una again. When this woman used to call her husband appointees, when she called them dogs, the party cannot call her to order. Let me tell you, SLPP, take a reflection to South Africa. That is where you see the strength of a political party. When Mandela was finishing his term, he turned power over to Thabo Mbeki, who was his vice president. Thabo Mbeki ascended to the presidency under the African National Congress of South Africa. Then Thabo Mbeki had an issue with the executive of the ANC. And he had an issue with Zuma. The president of South Africa was removed from office. Do you know why? It was the party. She didn't go. He did not win an election under the auspices of an independent candidate. It was the African National Congress that elected him. It was under that wing that he ascended to the presidency of South Africa. So the African National Congress called him in an executive meeting and said, you are leaving State House. We are no longer, our party is no longer keeping you as the head of the party. We are replacing you. Thabo Mbeki was replaced. He never opened his mouth. because he knew that it was the party that elevated him. I was renting African movies in the early 2000s in Ghana. I know African movie actress and actors. I see why in Fatima Bio profile, they say she was a low-budget Nollywood actress. Even when she was an actress, nobody knew her. She was a nobody. She was living in the slums in the United Kingdom. It was the SLPP that gave her all those privileges that she's bragging about. Today, SLPP members should apologize to her. Our members of parliament should apologize to her. She has the audacity. You see, the members of parliament of Sierra Leone, our house of legislature, is different from nearly all the house of legislatures in Africa. Do you know why? We have paramount chiefs from the traditional council who are members of parliament. Fatima is asking all of them to beg her. Why? Because the SLPP remain dormant. The SLPP is quiet. They were using her against their opponents. She grew wings. Now, she has turned the barrels against the SLPP. I am asking myself a simple question. Why is Fatima Bio trying to get every SLPP position, the national SLPP party structure? Why is she fighting that every major position should be influenced by her? So that is why when people started sending flyers started trending on social media that she wants to become president. I said, you see, can you imagine? This is Samilti Magai country that a low-budget Nollywood Gambian actress, because the party kept quiet, she's brave to even have that thought of becoming the president of Sierra Leone. This presidency, where people like Dr. John Kerifas-Marx, all his life, he wanted to become a president of Sierra Leone. He failed. Dr. Kande Koleyum Kela, please check those people international credential at the United Nations. Dr. John Kerifas-Marx became the director, the director of WHO. Dr. Kande Yumkela was elected twice at the United Nations. Dr. Jonah Lee, who was the Sierra Leone ambassador to United States, that Krioma, wanted to be president. But Fatima Bio, 7 years of mismanagement by the leadership of the SLPP, Fatima Bio is brave to congregate diasporans and tell them that this na miyonde. Fatima Bio now get in young people in the SLPP. Una sidon, una allow that. Una encourage her. Now when we don't grow, they get the audacity for tell the paramount chief them for let them beg them. So the first blame goes straight to the SLPP. The second blame goes to His Excellency Julius Madabio. You see, the Bible, sorry, I'm a Christian. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 9, when God returned to Adam for accountability for his stewardship, when he returned to the Garden of Eden, when God went to solicit accountability, God knew Eve was the one that messed up. But God asked Adam, Adam, where are you? I'm blaming the president because the same Bible said, Paul's letter to Timothy, it said, a man that cannot manage his own is worse than an infidel. How is the president managing the scandal from his wife? Those TikTok embarrassing videos, those avoidable lies. I was thinking that, like Rebecca Akufo-Addo, the president constituted a communication team for her. There is a media team for Rebecca Akufo-Addo. When there was a backlash about some payments, it was her media team that spoke. But the president of Sierra Leone, a military officer, you see, the military is the most disciplined institution in the world. How comes we have a president who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Sierra Leone, who is the fountain of honor, whose party is the oldest political party in Sierra Leone and one of the oldest in Africa? How come he is superintending overshot a woman who have embarrassed the nation? I don't know. When Prezo sits with the first lady and see her TikTok videos of insanity, what is he saying to this woman? There is a Nigerian comedian who will be coming to my face for my YouTube channel very soon for an interview. They call him Paran. The way that man ridicules our first lady. You know, she is the face of Sierra Leone. That's why they call them first family. But Fatima disgraces us every day. And the president is quiet. I will have accused the president. I will have levied my accusation straight to the president. But why I blame the party? Because it was the party that sent them to the State House in the first place. Without the party, Madabio was jobless in the United Kingdom. We have been seeing their pictures. They can't even afford a car. Both of them in the UK. It was the SLPP party that brought them to prominence. That's why we blame the party first. We blame the SLPP, Prince Hardin's SLPP party. Mr. President, your wife's mouth runs as if Sierra Leonean women don't have culture. Even Gambian are predominantly Muslim, so they are cultured people. But this lady, power has intoxicated her morality. Mr. President, you see, because you are a military man, I want to reflect your memory to another military man, General Muhammadu Buhari. General Muhammadu Buhari's wife, they have spent 27 years of marriage. One day, I think it was on the 14th of October 2016, General Buhari went to to Germany. She had an encounter with Angela Merkel, the former Chancellor of Germany, the head of government. So the media there wanted to ridicule General Buhari. They said, Mr. President, with all your morale, your wife was all over the place, saying your officers are corrupt and you don't even know who is working with you. General Muhammadu Buhari turned to the German Chancellor and said, thank you. But that woman, Aisha, I don't know which political party she's talking about. I don't know her political party. I don't know the party card she's standing upon to be saying this about my government. But guess what? That woman has 3 functions. She's an ambassador of my kitchen, an ambassador of my living room, an ambassador in the other room. Ambassador in the other room. Case closed. Gender activists were all over the place. But do you know what happened? Do you know where Mohamed Buhari is coming from? Mohamed Buhari ran for election 2 times. With his own political party cannot win him an election. The APC is a coalition of political parties. Then they went and brought Muhammadu Buhari. It's a coalition of political parties. They went and brought in General Muhammadu Buhari to come be their standard bearer. So the APC party called Muhammadu Buhari and say, your wife, please warn her. It is because of us that she is today in Aso Rock. But listen, one interesting thing about Muhammadu Buhari that will have been different from Julius Maada Bio is that Muhammadu Buhari started from the ranks. He fought the Biafra War. He became a chief of staff of the Nigerian army. He became a head of state of the Nigerian army. But Julius Maada Bio, he graduated as a second lieutenant in March 1986. 1992, he was a lieutenant when they seized power. Between 92 to 96, he's a brigadier general. So he did not go through the ranks of the armed forces of Sierra Leone. Regimentally, between 1986 to 1994, he would have been a major in the Sierra Leone army. Because Nigeria and Sierra Leone were trained by the British, but he somersaulted. That is why he lacks the clout to handle a woman that's disgracing Sierra Leone. But let me close by telling the SLPP and Julius Maada Bio that Fatima Bio has caused 3 irreparable damage. 3. And let me tell you guys, it is late when that Coco Ros saga took place. Just imagine, The woman has cleared all the positions in the party. She said she's the one that gave you a national secretary general, Paranta Rawali. She said she's the one that gave you a publicity secretary, Mambu, who is telling the world that SLPP has 4.1 million registered members and supporters. You need to give us that data. So Fatima Bio gave you Awafure, the national women organizer. He wanted to give you a chairman. That's where the challenge came. I can reason with the pain when I saw Napoleon was dancing. Say, we have taken our party. The people then tire. Then tire, bo. Then tire. So Batilo carries the day. But he don't late. Nigeria man say what tapas Gary. Let me give you Fatima Bio's irreparable damage that he has afflicted in the country. Do you remember when the international news finally discovered that Sierra Leone, for the past 6 years, was harboring Europe's biggest drugs barrel? That man has been there. Fatima Bio's picture. We told you that the first lady needs to have a media team. Fatima Bio posted a picture inside a church. The first family was sitting there with their in-law, this drug man that they have called Sheriff. As soon as Fatima Bio posted, then the Dutch say, the criminal that we have been looking for, he is in Sierra Leone. That is Fatima Bio first irreparable damage. Today, innocent Sierra Leoneans, when you present the passports, they will shake your leg and open your stomach because they say we are harboring the biggest cocaine baron genius in Sierra Leone. Why? Because of the uncultured attitude of Fatima Bio. Posting every picture, dancing everywhere, the first lady. That's the first irreparable damage. And I want you, SLPP, to know that many Sierra Leoneans will vote against you because of that drugs guy that you kept in Sierra Leone. The Dutch government have been calling. Release this man to us. You refuse. This man today has bought front runners in government, bought them jeeps, immigration bosses, police, big men in the police, politicians. That those guys would have been doing their smuggling had it not been for the disrespectful attitude of Fatima Bio that you failed to manage. That's number one. Number two, Fatima Bio, the thing that you guys were hiding, that there was unity in the there is unity in the SLPP. Fatima Bio has exposed you. Now the voters know that there are camps. The vice president is having his own camp. The chief minister is already carrying his own wahala. And Fatima Bio, she even told us, she even showed us her own people. Sierra Leoneans are not ready to vote for a disintegrated party like the SLPP. Even in parliament, they have to disgrace Fatima Bio in parliament. You Coco Ros, you Coco Ros, Ayumane Shote, you Coco Ros. The third irreparable damage that Fatima Bio has inflicted in the SLPP is Fatima Bio's single-handedly attack against the biggest mining company in Sierra Leone, the Koidu Holding. Those Sierra Leoneans that lost their jobs in Kono, they will not vote for you. Their wives will not vote for you. Their children, they will not vote for you. Those who survived through them, they will not vote for you. Beside them not voting for you, Koidu Holding have decided to take our country to the international court for 100 million damage. If Koidu Holding wins that case, Sierra Leone will be paying $100 million because of an uncultured lady like Fatima Bio that you failed to handle long time when we were telling you. When she was telling people the meaning of Hawaii or say, then she was telling people the meaning of the palm tree, one people, one country. You were clapping for her. Today, the first time in the SLPP history, they went to all the old people. They say the Council of Elders. They are going to beg Fatima Bio. But let me say something. SLPP, the damage has been done. Una no go able again. It don't late. Sierra Leonean don't non-tire. Una don't bring drug baron na the country. The country in name now na drug Sierra Leone. Then say una they can't give new direction. But you know what una give? Cocaine direction. Under una administration, then drive we ambassador on Guinea. Why go na Liberia? Then say Sierra Leone, now we they supply Liberia with cocaine, drugs, and kush. All this happened because Fatima Bio know they set him out. Fatima Bio they post every small thing. Fatima Bio lied against Dr. Chernobyl. Fatima Bio said Chernobyl is writing against her because Chernobyl met her in a hotel in Bo Town and told her that he should help her to get him to get a job in her husband's government. Bio na lie. It turned out to be that Chernobyl was given a scholarship to the United States of America, Michigan, before Mother Bio became president. And since Chernobyl went to America, one day can as alone, Fatima Bio, beside you disrespect, you they lie. You not lie woman. You don't destroy your party. You see, let's end by saying this. Yes, TikTok guys, thanks. I'm seeing the likes. TikTok guys, thanks very much. Thanks very much. Tap and like. And Facebook, you guys are not doing well today. Yeah, so Fatima Jabibio, you don't finish SLPP. If SLPP would have told Madabio and Fatima Bio that this party, our forefathers have died. Do you know how many young men took up arms to confront the military in defense of the SLPP? Kamajo in Kenema. Walai, kamo brema yengo ye muyama muyi. Amuyama muye, amuyama muye. Aye meninongo ye, amuyama muye. Kamo brema. Suwi kundua. I jumped bodies of Kamajos when I was running away to Liberia. People, manhood was cut off, tongues to defend the SLPP. People spend their resources. Yesterday, Fatima Bio triggered a Coco Ros scenario that has reduced the party to ridicule. Thank you very much for those who asked me to do another episode. Once again, this episode is triggered by a popular demand, request from those who listen to my two, especially the yesterday video for Fatima. You know, that video title is very interesting. It says Fatima Bio, First Lady or de facto Prime Minister. Tell me true. When last you heard about the Vice President of Sierra Leone, Jules Diallo? He's in the back seat. The Chief Minister, when they interviewed him at 98.1, that there is problem between you and the First Lady. When the guy is talking, he's panicking. As a returning officer for the women's organizing election, Fatima Bio grabbed the mic from him. Iron Lady. Fatima Bio have to enjoy the houses in the Gambia because all those houses will be confiscated and the money sent to Sierra Leone. We have a record. The organizing crown, the anti-graft organization in the United Kingdom has gathered everything. What she was doing in the dark, we have the data. Fatima, you Coco Ros. You Coco Ros, you Coco Ros. Ayumane sote you Coco Ros. Come to Ghana and see an achievement of a first lady for just 4 years. From schools, from hospital. There was a guy that was dying with a kidney problem. Rebecca Akufo-Addo Foundation personally handle it. Go to Paramount Chief, go to traditional chief palaces, go to Kolebu Hospital, where they are flying Sierra Leoneans from Sierra Leone to come for treatment in Ghana. Then you are telling us that Fatima Bio is what? Fatima Bio have done this hospital. Then why are they flying from Sierra Leone to come to Ghana for treatment? Where is the hospital? When the husband told Sierra Leonean that the money from the money that they will be taking from that commission of inquiry, they will build a hospital. Sierra Leoneans, MRI, they have to fly. They have to. Sierra Leoneans are in Ghana 24 hours for treatment. Even a government official. The lady that was the head of the ID card in Sierra Leone that died, they have to fly her. Then they are talking about Fatima has built some hospitals in Sierra Leone. Where is the hospital? They gave you $3 million at stretch. When you go abroad with the country letterhead soliciting monies, you will give accounts. So, beloved friends of Out of the Box podcast, thank you very much once again. Aisatu Sise watching me. That's my beloved sister. I don't lost by you, I can't see you. Claudia is still there. Thanks, Madam Claudia. Almost an hour with your busy schedule. You are always there supporting GIG. Hey, my friends on TikTok, I salute you, man. So, my friends, those who asked me last night that they want me to do a podcast so that we will evaluate, assess, come to an aggressive conclusion to find out who are we to blame for the menace called Fatima. Who are we for blame? Who are we able to talk to this woman when the husband, the commander-in-chief, not able to talk to her? A woman that told Sierra Leonean that they are using Michelle Obama picture for profile, for their profile picture. They are not using her own. Do you see the arrogance? You see the act of entitlement? She believes that the office of the First Lady is an imposition on the people of Sierra Leone. She demystifies that office. She has disrespected the nation. She has humiliated our pride and our morale. She has gone international and gave us an international disgrace. She's engaging international international companies, multi-international companies in the UK. She's engaging them on TikTok banter when the country has an Attorney General and Minister of Justice. The country has a mines minister. The country has a Ministry of Trade. The country has a chief minister. We have paramount chief. We have all those arms. Fatima Bio is the one that is engaging a multinational company. Today we are in the court of arbitration to defend ourselves because of Fatima. LJ, how markets? They are send that music for where? Fatima. Nonsense. Fatima na mi mama. How? Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have answered your questions. That's my view. So I think you guys will bear with me that I've done justice to this question that you sent series of messages that before jumping to a new topic, I should deal with this. Coco Ros Nonsense. Who are we to blame? we are to blame the SLPP. We are to blame Julius Madabio. Fatima has given us a public disgrace. Fatima exposed us, and today we are noted for harboring Europe's biggest drug baron. Fatima, because of her indisciplined attitude, more than 1,000 Kono youth, citizens of Sierra Leone in Kono, they have lost their jobs. Out of the Box podcast with Gabriel Ishmael Jalo. We'll be talking about the opposition party, the All People Congress, as an opposition, and Dr. Samura Kamara as the opposition leader from 2018 to today. Thank you very much for your views. Thank you very much for your comments. And sorry for that last problem that we encountered. I'm very, very, very sorry for that. TikTok. All my Ghanaians friends there, Ayiko, and all my Sierra Leonean friends there, Unatenki. All my Nigerian friends there, Oga, I tell you thank you. All my Sierra Leonean friends there, tell Papa God thank you. I tell una thank you. My Liberian friend there, your thank you. My Ghanaian friends here, Ayiko, Facebook. I said to una all, una thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thanks very much. I'm now out of here. Thank you very much.